Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline, and we check in with her right now.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. The Ducks kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. Let's see what he can do with the return. He's out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Nice cut, nice timing between quarterback and wide receiver. That out route has to be pushed towards the sideline. The sideline's your friend. You don't want to miss short where the DB can make a play. Great throw, great catch.
To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Man, guys, we're just...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Wants to throw it again. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, you got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
On the move, it's Clark. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Ready.
Motion from the wideout. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Varner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got to the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Running to the left. There's some room. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And after that touchdown, you can barely hear yourself think. Autzen Stadium, one of the most special places in all of college football, and easily one of the loudest stadiums, is now going off. We've all called games here before. We love coming to Eugene. This place is magic, and it's because of these fans.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Good timing on the quick out.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Second down, he'll throw it. Complete. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Will, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Quickly to the tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Hey, he's spreading the ball all over the yard, man. A lot of times when you go to one guy, man, I can kind of shut them down, or I can run coverages to stop wide receivers. Now getting the tight end involved, using the whole field, really in a flow, in a rhythm, the passing game looking good.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really nice job by the cornerback. Hey, a lot of cornerbacks want to cover. They want to drop back. They're not really about that life. They don't want to be the tackling kind of guy. They're like, eh, leave that to the linebackers. That dude committed, came up, made a nice tackle.
Pressure coming. And they got it.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's a big throw. That's a big-time throw on third and really long, making a play, not putting the ball in harm's way. But I love what the defense did, man. They understood where the sticks were, and they weren't letting their playmaker get behind them. They were going to come up, make a sure tackle, and
maybe some room here. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting run on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping them off balance with that play call.
The Cowboys will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Tries again to get it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the run, it's Clark. Got room at the 35. He's loose. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. You know they love their track at Oregon. And when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
How loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires left. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Time to take a shot. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They want to run it left here.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Wants to fire on second down. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead as we get a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. They go right back to it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And finally, we see a little bit of that, which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense has absolutely shut him down. That was actually his longest carry of the day. They're going to need more of that from this offense.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. One thing you can figure out for these tests early in the season, particularly a top-5 matchup like this, is where you are and just how far you have to go.
Yeah, and which is a talking point amongst your team. It's a prove-it game. Like, let's see where we stack up so we can start building throughout the rest of the season.
You're right, David. It's fun to find out this early in the year between two top-5 teams. Just who are these guys? What do they do well? What do they not do well? How mentally and physically tough are they? Because that's going to answer a lot of questions as the season goes on.
And the Cowboys back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll ride the hot hand. Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Touchdown, Cowboys! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the 2nd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Ferguson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Gonna run it, it's Clark. At the 40, there he goes. Into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Ducks. Once he got some room, it was over. His 3rd touchdown in this game, and his 3rd on the season.
And this problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing, rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. That's caught. It's Bacon. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
The Cowboys come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
And that's a really good job by this defense because, remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. Gives it on the option. Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in. And the Cowboys will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt is on its way. Not a lot of room to make this catch. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Gets it out to the 22-yard line, and that'll be enough for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
On first down from their own 22. This time he wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Got his man on the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
Off play action. Bringing the heat. He's got him in the flat. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Swings it out to the flat. This defense rises to the occasion, and now deep in this game, will they send out the field goal unit or go for it on 4th and short?
Well, it was a great effort throwing to the running back that time. He was almost able to get in on 3rd down. The defense makes the stop. Now it's decision time. 4th. You're very close to the goal line. You've got this running back in the backfield. What do you do?
He's looking to pass. Touchdown, Cowboys. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The run inside. It's Clark. Turning it on. They make the stop. He's got enough for the 1st down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. They're going to ride this running back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Throws it back. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the 1st half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific 2nd half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with a look at Wisconsin taking on the Cal Golden Bears. And it's the Badgers looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the 1st half. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is.
The The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And the Ducks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Making side adjustments here. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Ducks will hustle to the line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to. Maybe a crease. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this, that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
They'll try to run for it. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Now on the move. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Oregon! They take the lead with the 6.
Well, even calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
To the air on second down. Stepping to the right. Chucked it away just as he was hit. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
Throws to the wideout. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The offense changing the play. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll move the wide receiver. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Snagged out of the air. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And the Ducks will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Punt is on its way. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Oh, they're after him! Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
Well, the defense has had enough of this, right? The quarterback's on a hot streak. The ball's not hitting the ground. And right there, they decide, we are jumping one of these routes. We're going to try to get a pick. Almost came away with one there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab on the left. Ripping through the defense. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding it. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Going to try to get it himself. Looking for room at the 30. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
You know, the corner route is definitely a timing route because you're pushing straight up the field to make it look like you're running a go, and then you break to the sideline. So quarterback and wide receiver really have to be on the same page with timing.
This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the goal line. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. The extra point here would tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Clark. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
That's reeled in. It's Duarte. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Motion from the wide receiver. On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the grab. Can't get him to the ground. And runs through another one. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you.
First down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Turns it on him. Finding some room. Touchdown Ducks. They move on top here in the fourth. The Ducks with the answer.
Yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Oklahoma State sends out the offense to start this drive. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Blasted as he lets it go. Finds a man on the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Man, it's so nice to have a quarterback who doesn't flinch. You watch it, man. He's hanging in there, right? Hanging in there. Takes some time for those routes to get down the field. Gets hit as he throws it, but delivers the ball, a catchable ball down the field, and makes the big play. Nice toughness by that young man.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
They just keep firing. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Could be an alley. Knocked out of bounds and sticking with that running game as they get deeper in the red zone.
This offense is just like Novocaine. Like, just give it time. It just keeps working. It's a slow death, right? Like, they continue to just chip away. Nice first down play. Nice read. Get it to the pitch man. Sets up a great second down opportunity.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
I'll tell you, this running back, he is running behind an offensive line that is playing in unison right now, doing a great job communicating pre-snap. They're getting hats on hats in the run game.
They'll run it on first and goal. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. And they take it in for 6 more points. The Cowboys vault back on top.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making checks. Motion from the wideout. Back to pass on 2nd down. Looking for his man. Got a man. It's Clark. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Using his feet. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Zings it complete to the right. And he gets it right on the cusp. Maybe a few pebbles short of a first down on that football. I see the closed fist from the ref. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, he was able to make one guy miss, but he had to make two in order to pick up that first down. It was a nice individual effort, just not enough.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Ducks! And they've moved out front here in the fourth. The Ducks with the answer.
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down. And what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Pulls it in. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
You might just think that dude's a power back, but what a great job coming out of the backfield, become a wide receiver, and then guess what? When he gets in the open field, that's not a lot of fun to try to bring to the ground. That's a big boy.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. He goes right back to the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. The throw. Finds the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Well, bad news, he didn't get the first down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have one timeout. So there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
Leaves it with the back. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
The name of the game right now is getting yards and getting them in chunks. However you want to do that. I'm fine running the football, but you've got to be more productive than what we've seen on these last 2 plays.
Wants to throw on third down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And now with that play, for this offense, it's got to have it time. Yeah, I'm going for it on fourth down. Obviously, a field goal does nothing, but I got 3 timeouts, and that is a good thing. Because I have those in my pocket, I can attack the whole field. I just got to focus in on the yardage to get this fourth down and move the sticks.
Trailing by a touchdown, this fourth down opportunity is gargantuan. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He couldn't get those last couple of yards he needed, and the defense denies the fourth down attempt.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Knocked down for the tackle. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. Running inside, it's Weaver. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready. Timeout taken now by Oklahoma State. That's their 2nd. And now they'll be able to stop the clock just one more time. They put on the heat, and they blocked it. And they got it. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Cowboys! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And we knew coming in, these teams were very similar. Both really good football teams, but executing down the stretch might be the difference in the football game. How about that offense? Going down the field, they're an extra point away from tying this up, and we still got more football.
Oh, they're faking it. The holder's going to try to throw it. And he grabs it. He gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Man, they wanted that lead to go for it, and it paid off. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's taking a deep shot. He's got it down the field. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Looking to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 20. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Took it all the way back to the house.